Whew. Man, what an eventful 1 hour. Whew. Apologies for getting disconnected in the middle of the stream because a couple of things hit me today. Number one, there was the surprise power outage for an hour. A nearby electricity grid got blasted with something. People are still investigating why the blast occurred. So my entire area was out of electricity for around 1 hour. We just got back onto the grid and we're kind of in a position to stream back to you guys. And then while I was out of power, I also had my friend calling me up saying that he's getting married next week. And I was like, what the hell? Screw this fight night. My friend is more important than that. So I was speaking to him. Just met him nearby my place. We kind of talked about it. It was kind of a surprise decision. And now we're back to UFC Fight Night. Mexico City, man. I am so sorry, people. Samba Kid and JD's hunting and fishing. I am so sorry for the power outage. It was unexpected, has never happened during my play-by-plays, but we are in time for the main event still. We still have a lot of time. We have missed a lot of fights, actually. Let me give you a quick update of what happened. A lot of great fights just went by. Alexa Grasso, as you can see, defeated Joe Clark by unanimous decision. Then we had beneil dariush getting the nod against Rashid Magamedov. I felt that Rashid could have got the nod, but beneil did enough in the eyes of the judges, had the better striking exchanges, so that was that. And then we had a beautiful KO by body punch for Martin Bravo against Claudio Perez. This is the Ultimate Fighter Latin America 3 finale. That got over quick in round 2. And then we had a surprise submission by Ricardo the Bully Lamas, defeating Charles du Bronx Oliveira by a beautiful guillotine choke. Charles Oliveira dominated him in the first round, but Ricardo Lamas pulled off the guillotine out of nowhere in round 2. Now we are in round 3 in the co-main event of the evening. Diego the Nightmare Sanchez going up against Marcin Held, and there's been a hell of a fight. Great scrap. Marcin Held, a well-known submission fighter, whereas Diego Sanchez is more of a stand-up guy. As of now, it's neck and neck as we resume the fight, but looks like Diego Sanchez is rocked, but Marcin Held going for a takedown, but Diego Sanchez defends it beautifully by taking his back. Beautiful work by Diego. Reverses position, a lot of great jiu-jitsu work going on. 4 minutes remaining in the last round, going for an arm triangle choke, probably an extended arm bar, but Diego's kind of pulling out of it, trying to modify it into a omoplata maybe. No, that's not gonna happen. Diego Sanchez. Nice up kick by Marcin Held from the ground, but Diego's scrambling very well in these exchanges, but he has to be careful. Marcin Held is a very well respected Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioner, even though it is his first UFC fight. He has a record of 22 wins and 4 losses. Whew. Thank you, Wade Bloodgood. Thank you. This shit just went out of the roof suddenly. And I was like, man, shit's happening today. So, really happy for my friend. And really not happy for the outage. I don't know what causes the blast. But definitely not terrorist activity. I'm suspecting very nearby to my location. They kind of went in, got the situation under control, got the power back on. It was just sudden darkness. I mean, not really darkness, it's morning, but sudden power outages generally don't happen around here. So yeah, that was that. Still, Diego Sanchez is doing pretty well on the ground, in guard. Marcin looks really tired. That's the problem with these Mexico City fights. As you can see, all the houses. Oh, what is this? This is a modified heel hook with a arm locked in. No, that's not gonna happen with Diego. Diego scrambles out of it. Wow, rolls for heel hook. No, he doesn't have the heel hook here. Diego knows how to defend that. Nice flexibility shown by Diego. Diego, I do not know why he is trying to scramble into these uncomfortable situations for him by exchanging with a grappler on the mat, but still Diego seems to be doing good because Marcin Held seems to be really tired because of the altitude in Mexico City. Thank you for all the guys who tuned back in, man. Apologies for the outage and whatever hasn't ever happened in the channel. Man, even the UPS went out. It was like a shock to me. Some sort of a huge spike in voltage or whatever you call it. And as you can hear in the background, everybody is now starting to cook for their Sunday morning meals. Everybody's on with their juicers and mixers and grinders. And unfortunately, all our houses are close to each other, so kind of apologies for the weird noise which is coming in the background. Hopefully it's not very distracting. Diego Sanchez again, moving on to somewhat a side control and landing some punches. Diego should probably get up and start punching him on the feet because I think Diego was doing pretty well in the beginning of the round. But Diego chooses to exchange on the ground with Marcin Held. Good ground and pound by Diego Sanchez again. Trying to go for a mount. Sort of modified. Can he finish Marcin Held? 20 seconds remaining. A wall walk by Marcin Held. Nice awareness of the cage. If this is the first time you're tuning in, this is MMA Live, your channel for live play-by-play and fight analysis, technical breakdown, no bullshit, no reaction shit. We just break down fights as it happens, and a beautiful finish to the third round. Diego Sanchez did not get tired in the fight. That was beautiful from Diego. I had actually picked Marcin Held to submit Diego in round 1 or 2, but man, Diego came prepared. Beautiful work by Diego Sanchez. The altitude affects a lot of people and definitely it affected Marcin Held in round 1. Beautiful work by Diego Sanchez on the feet. Round 2, took him down in the scrambles. Nice exchanges from the guard. Elbows were raining down. Round 3, a lot of weird angles from Diego Sanchez, but somehow survived the submission attempts from Marcin Held. But props to Marcin. He should come prepared more for the altitude in places like Mexico City. It's really difficult to adjust to that kind of altitude overall. Thank you for all the guys who are joining in again one more time. Do like and subscribe to the channel if you like the breakdown. We are left with the main event. Thankfully, we got back in time. Otherwise, I would have probably thrown a stone on my TV or something. I was about to get psyched about it. I'm so pumped for the main event, man. That is Rafael dos Anjos versus Tony Ferguson. I have Rafael dos Anjos getting the victory, even though he got knocked out by TKO'd by Eddie Alvarez. I really feel it was more of a lucky scramble that Eddie Alvarez is the lightweight champion of the world. Dos Anjos is a legit motherfucker. He does great groundwork, beautiful wrestling, and awesome hands. And if you remember Ferguson's last fight, Tony Ferguson got dropped by a newcomer named Lando Veneta in his first ever UFC fight because that was a last-minute replacement for Tony Ferguson because Khabib Nurmagomedov could not make that fight due to an injury. And Tony Ferguson got dropped multiple times by that guy. Lando is a very respected striker, I do agree, but Ferguson's chin was tested in that fight more than Rafael dos Anjos. Rafael dos Anjos did not drop like that when Eddie Alvarez hit him with that punch. He just got wobbled, and a lot of punches and bunches by Eddie Alvarez in his title fight against dos Anjos. So I really feel that dos Anjos should be able to pull this off quite easily. So that is my prediction for the main event. Do let me know who you got in the main event of the evening. The decisions are in. Unanimous decision. Diego Sanchez with the unanimous decision victory against Marcin Held. Beautiful work done by Diego Sanchez. Vivo Mexico City is the comment by Diego Sanchez in the interview. The translator does not remember any shit what they're talking. He has a hearing problem. I think this particular translator. He is tuning in with his ear on the left. This guy should be fired immediately, this translator. Let me tell you where you can watch these fights. I made a spreadsheet for this week, I think. All sorts of random shit on my desktop. Yeah. Let me open that up. So we are all set almost for the main event of the evening, just in time as expected. Wow. Dos Anjos versus Tony Ferguson. In case you are wondering where you can watch these fights, you can watch these fights on these channels on cable. So these are the channels where you can generally watch these fights. This is where I watch these fights on. Majorly Sony 6 and Sony ESPN. Very reliable channels. For approximately $1 a month. Really works out. In terms of a fight experience, they stream most of the UFC pay-per-views. Even though they do not do Bellator yet. But I'm suspecting that that would also happen very, very soon. So Diego Sanchez pulling off the victory. Total fight time in UFC history, the highest is Frankie Edgar with 6 hours, then Michael Bisping. And then Diego Sanchez is up there with 4th position on that list with the longest fight duration in UFC history. Almost just 15 minutes behind Frankie the Answer Edgar. In case you guys are wondering where you can watch the fights, I have given the links in the comments. New trailer for Madison Square Garden's UFC 205 is out now. So they're focusing more on McGregor this time. Featherweight champion of the world, the Notorious One, defends his belt next week, and I expect him to KO Eddie Alvarez inside 2 rounds because no one can take that left hand shot, as Conor McGregor himself says. And I expect Eddie Alvarez to win the fight if it goes into the later rounds 3, 4, and 5. If it goes, then I should say Eddie Alvarez. If it's the first 2 rounds, definitely it should be the notorious one. Conor McGregor should become the first ever fighter to win 2 belts simultaneously, same time. Next week, we would know whether he has accomplished that or not. TBGJ. Okay, links. Okay, these are channels on cable, so there are no active links for them on the internet. You can try googling them if you want to, but I refer to these channels as available on cable or on XBMC or Kodi. So if you have Kodi on your PC or desktop or laptop, you can search for them on Google, but there are no links available, sorry, unfortunately, from my end. So Diego Sanchez pulling off the victory against Marcin Held, a relative newcomer to UFC, but a well-known veteran outside the UFC. Beautiful 3-round victory, 29-28, 29-27, and 29-26. They're showing the Eddie Alvarez victory against Dos Anjos. I actually felt that Dos Anjos, if he had been given some more time, he could have actually recovered from the beatdown he was taking in the hands of Alvarez and tried to reverse positions. Dos Anjos has great cardio. His chin was reasonably good till now, except when Eddie Alvarez cracked him. And his wrestling is also legit as fuck. So I'm picking Rafael Dos Anjos to... Sony ESPN is probably the best. Alright. Okay, TBGJ, thank you for joining into the stream. Sony ESPN, probably the best channel available to watch these fights live. So, going forward, I have the breakdown for UFC 205 next week, and after that we have one more show lined up in New York very soon. Next week we have the pay-per-view for UFC 205. Eddie Alvarez versus Conor McGregor is the main event. Tyron Woodley defends against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Oh my goodness, that's an awesome fight for the welterweight championship. We have Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Polish Power versus Polish Power for the third fight, the third title fight for UFC 205. 3 title fights and lots of great fights in that card. Tim Kennedy versus Rashid Evans. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Michael Johnson. My goodness. Miesha Tate, the Cupcake, versus Raquel Rocky Pennington. That should be a really interesting fight. Frankie the Answer Edgar versus Jeremy Stephens also is a great fight. Man, that is the most stacked card in MMA history. Probably the most stacked card ever in any fighting promotion. That should be probably the best card on the planet, unless I really don't want to jinx it, man, so I will not say it. Unless something bad happens to one of the fighters and somebody pulls off. I just don't want that to happen. It's too good to be true that all 3 title fights are on track and nothing is missing in any of these title fights. So that's probably the best case scenario for us. That is UFC 205. Let me quickly add some links, some tags to my video. We are almost set for the main event of the evening. Dos Anjos versus Ferguson. We are almost ready for all the fighters to get in. First to enter the octagon is El Kakui, also known as the Boogeyman, Tony Ferguson, who I expect to put up a strong showing. He's riding a 9-fight win streak, which is probably, if I'm not wrong, one of the longest win streaks in UFC right now. So I believe that El Kakui will give him a good fight, but at the same time, I do believe that Dos Anjos should get the victory. El Kakui, as usual, enjoying himself in the company of the fans. Has a clean-shaven look for today for some reason. And he knows how to speak in Spanish and Portuguese. Entering the octagon is the 155-pound prospect, one of the top contenders, Tony El Kakui Ferguson. Oh, I closed UFC.com. What the hell? For all sorts of craziness in today's fights, man. Lots of great fights. We're almost ready for the main event. Rafael Dos Anjos versus Tony El Kakui Ferguson. Lots of amazing finishes today. A body punch KO in the Ultimate Fighter finale. We also had a heel hook after a really long time in the UFC. I don't know what to expect in the main event, man, because this is gonna be bonkers. Ex-champion RDA going up against the El Kakui. 8-fight win streak, 11 wins by knockout, 7 by submission. Second most finishes in UFC since 2011. He has got 8 finishes since 2011. That is a lot of finishes. In case you're wondering how to watch the fights, I have given you the channels on which these fights are going live. I will quickly update the same once more so that you can use these channels to watch the fights with me as I watch them and break them down for you. This is again MMA Live, your channel for live play-by-play and fight analysis. We break down every UFC pay-per-view and Fox Sports card ever. As it happens, no bullshit, just simple breaking down fights. We also do Rising Fighting Championship. We stream them live as and when it happens. But due to YouTube copyright policies, we can't actually show you the fights. That is why we do the breakdowns on the channel. RDA is coming in. He looks prepared. The only problem I really feel for both guys should be the gas tank in Mexico. And I believe that both guys are a little susceptible to the gas tank problem. I think that Mexico does that to you. If you remember, Mexico City did that to Cain Velasquez, who's known as the Cardio King. Last time he fought Fabricio Verdum in Mexico City, he lost the fight mainly due to cardio issues on this altitude level. So that is the problem with Mexico City most of the time. We're almost ready for the main event. RDA is entering the octagon, yellow shorts with a black trim. He looks prepared, and I'm picking him to probably walk away with a KO, because if you remember, last fight of Tony Ferguson was against Lando Veneta, who was a newcomer, who was a short notice replacement for Khabib Nurmagomedov, and he dropped Tony Ferguson multiple times in his previous fight. So I'm picking RDA. Let me know in the comments who you are picking to win this fight. Former UFC lightweight champion Rafael Dos Anjos, 8 victories by submission, His most notable victories are against Anthony Pettis, Nate Diaz, and Donald Cowboy Cerrone. So this guy is legit as fuck. The only guy to ever beat him convincingly in the last 4 years is Khabib Nurmagomedov, who's fighting Michael Johnson next week in UFC 205, the most stacked card on planet Earth. Do join us next week for some real fun and games when Conor McGregor defends his lightweight title. When Eddie Alvarez defends his lightweight title against Conor McGregor. RDA is 32. Tony Ferguson is also 32. RDA is 5'8". Ferguson is 5'11". Tony Ferguson will have a 6.5-inch reach advantage. That is a lot of reach to work with. RDA has to be careful when he's closing the distance because 6.5 inches is a lot of distance to cover in that range. So we are ready. Bruce Buffer is ready. He's introducing Tony Ferguson first. The judges are Derek Cleary, Chris Lee, and Marcos Rosales. Very reliable. And the most reliable referee on planet Earth probably right now is Herb Dean. He's officiating the match for the main event. So finally we are ready for some lightweight action. This could easily determine who's gonna fight for the title next. This could also determine who could fill in if, let's say, Nate Diaz doesn't get the title shot. Maybe a title eliminator. I consider this as the title eliminator. 5 feet 11 inches for Tony Ferguson. Immense Muay Thai techniques, beautiful submissions. Definitely I have to give the submission advantage to Tony Ferguson here because he pulls off some crazy submission. Couple of dariush chokes, and I think he's the only guy in UFC history to actually pull off 2 dariush choke submission victories in his previous fight. So do not underestimate the jiu-jitsu game of El Kukui, the boogeyman, Tony Ferguson. RDA though likes to stand and deliver like most of the other lightweight fighters. Hits really hard. If you remember, Donald Cowboy Cerrone has been finished by very, very few people. And RDA finished him in 64 seconds. That is it. He finished Cowboy in a minute. That is how ferocious RDA is when he knows that he's on top of you. The only thing I have to see is how far has Tony Ferguson and RDA recovered from their previous fights. They are intense. They meet at the center. Will they touch gloves? Ferguson initiates and RDA accepts the touch of gloves. So not a lot of animosity. We'll have to just see how it plays out in the initial moments. If it goes really late, I should give the advantage to RDA. I just have a gut feel that RDA has a better gas tank. The meet at the center, El Kukui, with the weird movements as always. RDA has to keep his hands close to his chin. El Kukui's movement is unpredictable. He has got a solid right hand. RDA cannot let Tony... Oh, beautiful leg kick by RDA, man. That leg kick, if you remember, hurt Nate Diaz really badly. RDA has some of the most vicious... Oh my goodness, he turned him. RDA, 2 leg kicks, and both of them landing cleanly. Tony Ferguson has to use his range. He cannot just walk into these kicks. Nice body kick, partially blocked by RDA. These guys are doing some crazy hand movements. I don't know for what reason. This fight... Oh my goodness. These guys are throwing down. Oh, beautiful level change. Trying for a takedown but does not materialize. But that'll give him a thought. Tony Ferguson will be a little more careful. Because RDA has to close the distance and land some bombs on the inside. Because Tony Ferguson can play this game all day. He's the longer fighter. RDA is a little tentative. Oh my goodness, that leg kick. Wow. Nice jabs by RDA. Yes, one punch connects for Ferguson. Nice deep kick to the body. smooth sailing. We are right now at 315, 314, 313 if you want to sync it up on your T. Oh, nice straight left by RDA. Beautiful punch. Don't blink, guys. Do not fucking blink. This would end any moment. Oh, nice uppercut attempt by Tony Ferguson. He's talking RDA, but RDA is no slouch. RDA's patented punch has always been the left straight. But he has to be careful. His reach is less. Oh, beautiful elbow. Step in elbow by El Kakui. The boogeyman. White shots for Tony. Tony is on the outside now, trying to spin. I think Tony's trying. Oh, beautiful. Oh, nice overhead by RDA. That one connects. Tony's trying to spin multiple times. Maybe the spinning back fist or spinning elbow. Some new technique. Very light on the feet. Both men. Bouncing up and down. RDA always goes for his patented left straight. Yes, that one connects. But leg kick from Tony Ferguson is the answer. Tony Ferguson is smiling. Yes. He sees the combinations. Nice step in hook by RDA. Catches him while Tony comes in. Oh, beautiful leg kick. Beautiful leg kick. Scrambles. RDA lands up on guard. Ground and pound is vicious from RDA. Do not be there, son. Tony Ferguson, though, trying to cover the mouth. Beautiful punching by RDA. RDA wants to finish this. He has to be careful with the submission ability, man. Tony Ferguson can pull off shit from nowhere. Oh, beautiful punching again by RDA. So I'm giving the advantage to RDA right now. Because of the scrambles. The leg kicks are devastating. Tony Ferguson, though, has to keep the hands up. Keep the hands up, Tony. You cannot allow him to keep teeing off on you. The only problem with RDA has always been... Oh, Ferguson says, bring it. Okay, RDA says, okay, I shall bring the fight to you, son. Beautiful leg kick again by RDA. Total strikes actually is in favor of Ferguson, but I think damage and output, or maybe... Oh, yeah, nice jab by RDA. RDA is talking Tony, man. He has to be careful. Okay, RDA dropping hands. Oh, step and elbow. That step and elbow is devastating. Oh, spinning technique by RDA. Does not connect. 10 seconds remaining. Good fight, people. Good round. They don't seem to be tired. Leg kick again by Tony. RDA has to go back to those leg kicks. That seems to be working for him. And the round ends. Very close round. A very technical round. Thank you, Laura Thompson. Appreciate it. If this is your first time, we do this for every UFC event. So do subscribe to the channel to stay logged in to some more different than usual commentary compared to your UFC commentators. Both guys looking to get some air in. A lot of ice work going on. RDA getting tips on closing the distance. Ferguson getting tips on maintaining the distance, obviously, from the coaches. Some of my most favorite ring card girls are on this card, let me tell you. I do not know one person's name on this, but my goodness. Whew, round 2 begins. This time it's Tony trying to go in. Oh, trying to rip to the body, come back to the head, but RDA blocks it beautifully. Oh, RDA is getting a little disgruntled. El Kakui feeling it. Step in punches. Oh my goodness. RDA has to retaliate now. RDA cannot let this happen. El Kakui with the early advantage. No. Tony has... Oh, yes, nice left straight. Yes, wobbling. No, not wobbling, Tony. Come on, Tony. Nice punch to the body, leaning in by Tony Ferguson. RDA, I don't know why he stopped throwing the leg kick that was working for him. He has some of the most devastating leg kicks in the lightweight division. I don't know why RDA is not throwing it. Tony keeps throwing it again, but... Oh my goodness. Okay, weird kind of an eye poke. That was more like a grazing eye poke. I think he went for the straight punch, but kind. Oh, okay. With the left hand. He tried avoiding the punch, so he kind of. See, that's a problem with these MMA gloves. But I mean, you can't do it any better. I mean, if you give me a choice, I would probably say take away those gloves, man. Come on, let's do it old school. Let's do this old school. RDA playing it safe though. A veteran move, taking a big break. But nice show of respect by both gentlemen. He seems to be okay, and we are back on track. 3 minutes 40 seconds in round 2. This is a 5-round fight, ladies and gentlemen. Do remember that. Ferguson always throws these feints. Nice hooks. Beautiful level change. RDA can always go back to the wrestling, man. Teep kick to maintain distance by RDA. El Kakui slow. Oh, nice punch to the body. Stops Ferguson in his tracks before he spins. RDA has to check those kicks. Nice kick to the body by RDA. RDA used to throw a lot more hooks, if I remember correctly, but his straight seems to be the predominant weapon. Step in elbow. RDA sees it from Antarctica. He steps out of the way. Oh, nice leg kick by Tony. That one hurt. RDA has to go back to those leg kicks, man. No, he can't do this all 5 rounds. Tony is picking him apart slowly in round 2. I would say advantage is Tony Ferguson as of now. RDA though still hanging in there. Oh yes, he puts the leg kick there. Fatigue could easily be a factor after round 3. Easily. But action already seems to be slowing down for some reason. Thank you, Laura Thompson. Thank you very much. Still with a lot of feints by Tony again and again. RDA has to throw in that jab a little bit more. Tony with the leg kick one more time. Oh, beautiful step in kick. Connects for RDA, but Tony's pursuing him. Oh, combinations. No, you cannot be backed up against the cage, RDA. You have to move out there. Oh, Tony, beautiful feinting. I have to give this round to Tony Ferguson, man. Have to give it to him. Oh, nice jab. Strong jab by Tony Ferguson. RDA, for some reason, has stopped connecting on most of his punches. Oh, yes, RDA pushes forward. This one connects. See, the problem with people in understanding Tony Ferguson's movement, he always does a left-right jig. Somewhat similar to Dominic Cruz. Oh, a nice left straight by RDA. Ferguson wobbles him. Ferguson wobbles RDA just like Alvarez did. Very similar. RDA clinching him up with a Muay Thai plum, but does not work. RDA somewhat trying to recover. Ferguson feels it. Hands up. Ferguson say, let's go, son. Round 2 total strikes. Definitely Tony Ferguson. Oh, spinning back kick. Superman punch by Tony Ferguson. Will he tire out? Maybe not. RDA seems to have recovered convincingly. Nice kick to the body by Tony. Tony has a great support. The leg kicks are coming. Inside and outside. Beautifully done. Teep kick by Tony Ferguson. It's all Tony Ferguson in round 2. RDA just keeps missing on that left straight. Does not connect again and again. But a couple of good punches by RDA though. Yes, Tony Ferguson again. Getting the round convincingly in my book. So I would have to say it's 1-1. RDA though got wobbled in that round. Man, is this the end of RDA? Is this what we're seeing? Whew, man, thank you all for joining in to MMA Live. It's been a long month without UFC fights, man. I was so fucking sad. No fights for 1 month. Can you believe it? The last fight for UFC 204 on October 7th or 8th. It's already at November 6th. What the hell? At least in my country, it's November 6th. Whew, 1 month without UFC. That after a long time, probably after 3 or 4 years, I'm doing that. But hey, shit happens. Tony Ferguson, though, should be leading in at least 2 of the 3 judges' books. But in my book, it's 1-1. I'd have to give the first round to RDA. Round 3 begins. RDA has to somehow close the distance. He cannot allow Tony Ferguson to dictate the movement. See, Tony Ferguson always lunges in with his longer range and connects these jabs. RDA can't. Oh, no. Nice combination, but blocked mostly. Oh, beautiful level change. RDA has to go for the takedown, but scrambles up. RDA is going more into defense, and Ferguson is getting more and more confident and dropping his hands. If RDA connects with one solid combination, the fight will end immediately. But RDA does not seem to be active enough to pursue that. RDA has to go back to his wrestling. If you oh, nice punches by RDA. Come on, go ahead, punch him. RDA, man, come on. Not these one-punch combinations. You have to land a couple more. Man, I'm getting frustrated. Oh, spinning technique. Oh, spinning elbow. Tony Ferguson smiles. RDA, though, still stoic. Still determined. Has to go back to that leg kick. Nice kick to the body by RDA. RDA has to let go of the punches. He cannot keep watching Tony's movements. That will not work for him. The crowd is chanting Tony, Tony. So obviously RDA is already mentally affected. Nice outside leg kick by RDA. RDA has to go in, push for the takedown, get some rounds on the books, man. Come on. Swelling near the eye. Oh, nice combination by Tony Ferguson. Nice punch to the body answered by RDA. Ferguson says, hit me in my abs. I have 6-pack. Tony Ferguson is just dancing, man. He does that nice jig like that in the ring. That's when fighters get disoriented by his weird movement. And obviously 6.5-inch reach advantage would definitely help. See, the guy who actually did this well was Lando Veneta. If you remember, the newcomer who fought Tony Ferguson last time. That guy did the same feinting and caught Tony Ferguson a couple of times. He couldn't capitalize, but he finished it. RDA is getting tired, visibly. Tony seems to be fresh. Not a lot of action in this round to judge, but I would have to say, aggression-wise, Tony Ferguson is winning. Left straight. 2 left straights connected for RDA. Nice jab by RDA. Oh, nice left straight again by RDA. Beautiful work. RDA has to finish the round strongly. 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining in the 3rd round. Do we go into the 4th and 5th? We have to wait and watch. RDA, though, staying patient, but nice leg kick by Tony Ferguson. He steps in with an uppercut, always. RDA can always go for the Muay Thai plum. He's very good at it. He can always close the distance. Always closing the distance is important for RDA in most of his fights because he is the shorter guy and because he has the lower reach. Tony Ferguson though, nice kick to the body by RDA. RDA has to start throwing, man. Both guys actually slowing down. Both guys slowing down visibly. Obviously Mexico City coming into the picture. Tony Ferguson though, putting in a good performance. And if he wins this, he wins a 9-fight win streak. That should be interesting. As of now, if you have to score, I would have to say it's 2-1 in favor of Tony, but it could be the other way also. It could be other way. Tony Ferguson with these elbows from different angles messes up a lot of fighters' orientation. Nice uppercut by Tony Ferguson connects. RDA has to go back to those kicks. If you remember the Nate Diaz fight. Nice Superman punch by Diaz. Sorry. Dos Anjos. Oh, beautiful spinning back kick. Tony says bring it. Last 5 seconds and the round is over. Would you give that round to RDA? I'm not sure. I don't know. Could be 2-1 either way. I'm leaning towards Tony. Thank you for all the guys who have tuned in. Dos Anjos strikes absorb, 63 to the head, 21 to the body, 30 to the leg. Oh my goodness, 30 leg kicks. Fucking shit. Can RDA go back to his wrestling? I do not know why RDA is becoming this brawler kind of a guy. If you remember the RDA who destroyed Nate Diaz, man, that's the perfect RDA, man. He should go back to that. Throw in some wrestling, it's okay. Don't be afraid of Tony Ferguson's jiu-jitsu. Get the wrestling, get the takedown, put in a couple of punches, get back up. That's all it's needed. RDA though, more careful in round 4. Mexico City though, taxes you. RDA is talking. Oh, nice kick to the body by RDA. That one's hard. Leg kick by Tony. RDA is tentative because he got TKO'd last fight. That's the reason. Now I understand why he's covering up so much, even though punches are not coming. But Tony's doing a good job though. Oh, rips to the body. Oh, left straight by RDA. Do we see the tide changing? Is Tony... Oh, nice uppercut by Tony. I don't see the tide changing. But as you can see, it's a visibly slow fight. Oh, wobbles RDA. Maybe to the body? Yeah, could be to the body, man. That knee hurt RDA a little bit. RDA has to lean in with a jab. Leg. Oh, yeah, that's the leg kick I'm talking about. Kick that leg, RDA. Come on, man. I don't want to see these nice guys losing, man. Come on, RDA has always been a respectful competitor. I'm not saying Tony's not good, but... Oh, Imanari roll. Okay. Attempt. No, does not work, son. Tony Ferguson, though, always with the creative jiu-jitsu. Always. This is all... Oh, yeah. That's the leg kick I'm talking about, RDA. Kick that leg a couple of more times. See, when RDA kicks these legs, he kicks them real hard. If you look at overall output, definitely Tony Ferguson. But I would still say 2-1 in my books in favor of Tony right now. Not 3-0. See, RDA is always used to holding up the hands. before he punches. That's where the issue is. Sometimes you have to let go with the combination, man. Yes, head kick lands for RDA. Head movement. Oh, 1-2 for Tony. Tony always. Oh, yes, uppercut and left straight. RDA is feeling it. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. See, RDA, I do not know why he always goes to that left straight combination. He has to show some more variety. Can he go for a takedown? RDA has to seal the round. The only way he does it is by taking Ferguson down. That's the only way. He has to maintain top control. You cannot let this be only a stand-up fight. Nice kick to the body. Throw in some jabs. Level change. Tony Ferguson defends the takedown. RDA though has to push forward, not backward. Tony Ferguson is looking a little tired compared to round 3. One minute and 15 seconds. As you can see, okay, Tony picking it up. Action slowing in a little bit. Conservation of energy for the last round. It's gonna be important at this altitude. I don't know how high Mexico is, but I've heard that it's higher than Colorado. Oh, beautiful feinting by Tony. But RDA says, bring it, man. I'm in for the long run. Yes. Punches by RDA. See, the only way you can create a clear difference in the minds of the judges is to have a dominant round. When you're getting outstruck overall, you can't judge this round by round. I seriously don't judge fights round by round. I do tend to give it to them, but you can't judge them round by round. You have to see overall output. Oh, left straight by Tony connects. See, RDA pulls back after a punch. That's where the issue is. Oh, beautiful level change and beautiful stuffing by RDA. RDA is feeling a little disappointed. Good scrambling at the end of round 4. I would probably have to say Tony Ferguson is winning this fight right now. Unless something dramatic happens. Tony Ferguson should be getting this. Easy. See, the problem with RDA is if you don't allow him to push the pace, RDA will break. That's what Tony Ferguson is showing us. And I'm really surprised that wrestling has not been used at all. Surprise of the night, I guess. Final round. Tony Ferguson seems to be the fresher fighter. Tony Ferguson says, I will meet you in the middle. Tony Ferguson is good at playing mind games though. RDA has to be careful. He has to get a dominant round in order to win this fight. A really dominant one. And as soon as the round begins, he's on the back foot. Tony Ferguson pushing forward. RDA has to throw some combinations. Get some hooks in, son. Get some hooks and get some straight. Get some lefts. Get some jabs to the body. Get some combinations like Donald Cerrone, who finished Rick Story in his last fight. Those kind of combinations. RDA has gone into a traditional Muay Thai mold. That's where the problem is. Whereas Tony Ferguson is the more dynamic Muay Thai fighter. Step and elbow attempt does not connect for Tony. But Tony still has to be careful. He still has to respect the power of RDA. RDA again backpedaling. Oh, left straight connects for RDA. Good punch. Once RDA connects with that left straight, he has to throw some more punches. That's where the problem is. Tony Ferguson, though, still stalking RDA. Octagon control wise, I would have to give it to Tony. Aggression wise, gotta give it to Tony. Output wise, gotta give to Tony. He's winning the fight in my mind. 3 minutes 30 seconds remaining. RDA with a swinging left hook partially connects. See, guys who always put pressure on RDA, this is what happens. Now Tony feels it. Covers the distance to the cage. RDA though, smart enough. Slowly moving out of... Oh, nice rip to the body. That one was solid from Tony Ferguson. Tony says, meet me in the middle. So he goes back. These guys meet him in the middle. Even though Tony is saying a lot, I don't see... This is probably the lowest output round. As expected. Tony is always going in for that step in elbow. From either he goes in like this or he goes in like this. So, but it's not connecting though today. Tony's talking to him. Tony says, see my elbow, it's coming. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful kick to the body by RDA. But he's bleeding from his right eye. 2 minutes 15 remaining in the fight. It's been a good fight though. 5 rounds of action. Good action. Technical fight. Not a lot of fans are actually liking it. But hey man, this is MMA. You need to have these kind of fights. You can't have brawls all the time. It's been predominantly stand-up. So most fans should be satisfied. That blood is pouring out of RDA's eye. I don't think he's able to see. Ferguson could go in for the kill right now. I don't know whether he realizes it, but I can clearly see that RDA's eyes are partially blocked by the blood which is flowing out of it. See? He didn't see that punch landing. Yeah. Now it's all going to be Tony Ferguson from here on, unless he gasses out. Nice leg kick by Tony again, going up top but blocked by RDA. RDA has to start going in for the kill, man. Round 5, 20 strikes. Oh, beautiful uppercut by Tony. But again, resetting to the center. 1 minute remaining in the fight. RDA, can he pull something out of his gas tank and get some combinations going? Or is it going to be one punch combinations and one kick combinations only? Can Tony Ferguson finish this fight? Yeah, these guys are tired. Yeah, you can feel that. 35 seconds. Oh, beautiful leg kick by Tony again. Oh, again, inside and outside leg kick. Can they finish it? Both guys exchange straights. 20 seconds remaining. Oh, RDA almost slips and falls in his own leg kick attempt. Looks like RDA will survive. This one will go to the judges. Let us see. Tony Ferguson with the funniness. Kick to the body by RDA. Good fight. Good fight, guys. Good fight. But clearly, this one will be a victory for Tony Ferguson. Great fight. Great fight. But RDA was cut open and was bleeding profusely from his right eye. And a couple of cuts on his nose also. So that should put an end to a great night of fights after a long gap in the UFC. We were starved of these fights, man. And finally the UFC delivered. And we say thank you, UFC, for bringing a card back. But as you guys know, the real deal is next week. Next week, by this time, we would know what is Conor McGregor's plans for his future. We would also know whether he would have become the lightweight champion of the world, the only guy to hold 2 belts simultaneously. We would know that. We would also know whether Eddie Alvarez can take that left-hand shot, which no one else seems to be taking. Nate Diaz got dropped. Jose Aldo got finished. Every other person got finished except Max Holloway. But in Max Holloway's fight, Conor McGregor had an injured leg. So, who is going to be next for Tony Ferguson? That is the most important question. RDA looks dejected though. I think he knows that he's lost the fight. Let's see the judges' scorecard. Unanimous decision. El Kakui with a 48-47 victory. Unanimous decision for the boogeyman, El Kakui. Wow, great fight. And if you notice, this announcer is probably, not this announcer, this translator is probably one of the worst on planet Earth. He can't seem to hear anything for some reason. UFC 205 next week. Wow. Can't wait. Thank you all for joining into the stream. El Kakui delivers a beautiful performance against RDA. John Anik with RDA. A humble guy, gracious guy always. Let's listen to that. Oh, so RDA is saying that the eye poke which happened in round 2, that kind of made him see double throughout the fight. That could be a valid reason, though he was not complaining. But anyways, though, good fight, close fight, 48-47. Tony Ferguson has the 3rd longest active win streak in UFC. You know who has the highest? The highest is John fucking Jones, who's not even fighting. What the hell, man? Don't know what's the status on that. Could easily be that he never comes back. But I believe John would come back. Demetrius Johnson has a 10-fight win streak. Tony Ferguson has a 9-fight win streak. El Kakui, though, enjoying himself. And probably the next person in line for a lightweight title after Mike Johnson and Khabib Nurmagomedov sorts itself out. That should be the case for Tony Ferguson. Thank you all for joining into the stream. Love bringing this UFC Fight Night 98 Mexico City to all of you. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. Do like and subscribe to the channel. We do this whenever UFC brings a fight on this planet. We will break it down live for you guys. This is MA Live. I'm Harry signing off for today. Today has already been really eventful. Hopefully the next week can beat it. Thank you all, people. And I will see you next time.